spend so much money you don't know what to do with yourself. Fell asleep at the table. With 250.
When listening to Offset's music or following him on social media, you're given the impression that he has all the money in the world. The reality is that there are several people that he owes a lot of money to.
Not us two dicing each other. He gets popped straight to the casino. Goes not. He got another loan for like 2 bands.
Bad news for Offset. He's facing major financial troubles for his unpaid tax balance. They're saying it's past 2.3 million. Oh man.
Leading many to conclude
that is crazy.
That Offset is actually broke. But to see how true this is, let's break down all these incidents, starting with the rapper who first fueled this narrative, Lil TJ.
Why this Offset? Offset broke. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the stream too. That broke.
In January of 2025, Lil TJ posted the screenshot of a fiery exchange of texts he had with Offset. TJ wrote, "Not gonna lie, I'm gonna slap the ish out of you." Offset called his bluff and told him to meet him in New York right now. TJ was in Miami and wrote, "I just want my 10." While streaming, TJ was asked why he dissed Offset and broke down exactly what happened.
He was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know what happened. Nobody was answering his phone call. He popped trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction. And then says, "Yo, he just popped. He calling for cash apps in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 5 I offered, I'm like, yo, you probably wait for some.
This is crazy. This is wild. This is absolutely wild.
Right? I wait for my money. I swung that 5. You know how I get? He gets popped. Not us two dicing each other. He gets popped straight to the casino. Goes not.
The big takeaway from this conversation was that Offset supposedly had a serious gambling addiction, to the extent that he was asking for money from random people.
He got another loan for like 2 bands. I don't even take my loan. That's Offset. I'm good on my money. I'm not.
So these are celebrities you see online and you think these people have it completely made. You think these people have everything set up in the world. Little do you know that these people are down bad. They're struggling. Yo, they make $1 million, but they spend 2 million. A lot of these celebrities can make buku money and still run through it.
Worry about this. I got mad, bro. I definitely run off for 5 bands. He pops for the next band. He get 2 bands. He get a band from a random lady. I swear to God, I don't know who it was. He's like, yo, thanks, ma. He pops that. Throw another 5. So I see like 13 bands in loans. I don't know who got paid back that day. You feel me? Bro, where's my mother that ducked me for so long, boy? And mind you, I'm 23. And this is Raindrop, Drop Top, Cardi B husband.
By March, TJ clearly had not been paid back and posted on Instagram, "I can never be broke like Set running off making smoke over lunch money. I'm gonna have to."
People would not be able to imagine Offset for $13,000. He's skipping the bill for $13K.
Smoke on 100 streams for it to get to all that. Offset responded to this with, "Let's hit it on live. I'll fly to you. This ain't gonna stop your fell off allegations." So TJ argued that Offset was broke, while Offset claimed that TJ was clout chasing. Another interpretation could be that Offset had finessed TJ. What TJ got wrong was that Offset was Cardi B's husband. This was no longer the case, and during what is their ongoing divorce proceedings, another story came out which further fueled the narrative that Offset was broke.
Dude is down bad. I didn't think it was a power play that he was asking for spousal support.
So TMZ exclusively broke a story that Offset is asking for spousal support in his divorce from Cardi B. So they say that the rapper filed an amended divorce response earlier this month, and he is now asking that Cardi B pay him spousal support. He does not request a specific amount in the documents.
And this was a move that raised a lot of eyebrows.
But I don't understand why men need spousal support. Because what are you using the money for? If the man had primary custody of the kids, then I would understand. But then in that case, it would just be child support. But I don't understand what do you need spousal support?
But once again, Offset being broke.
I could not understand all these dudes that were celebrating. Yo, to celebrate a grown man asking his wife for spousal support.
Another theory was that Offset was being petty. Shortly before this announcement, Cardi was spotted partying on a boat with her new boyfriend, Stephon Diggs.
How did that turn out?
An NFL player. And there's always been this kind of one wishes they were the other relationship between NBA and NFL players, professional athletes, mainly for those two sports, and rappers.
This is wild. Offset wrote, "Today I pass," and Stephon Diggs replies with this. Receiver.
Them envying each other to a certain degree, them wanting each other's chicks, etc. They kind of compete. But a much more plausible reason is that he maybe did this for leverage.
He responded through his attorney and said that he's only doing it because they're trying to just put him over the coals and asking for every single thing that you could possibly ask for.
Oh, really?
That's what.
So we're not hearing that side of it. We're just hearing this. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. Gotta fight back.
And if his objective was to annoy Cardi B, then this Twitter Spaces clip suggests that he was more than successful.
Yo, you such a right to my mother.
Yo, I don't even follow Cardi B, and even I knew about this crash out. This was wild.
I want you to, but I want you to slow. I want you to slow in the bed.
Coincidentally, both Cardi and Offset were set to release albums later that year, and this news story conveniently kept them in the headlines. In August, Offset released his third solo album, Kiari, which reached number 16 on Billboard and number 5 in the hip hop and R&B.
That's the thing too with these celebrities. You can never be sure if what they're doing is real or if it's all a publicity stunt, because these people always drop albums, they always release a book, they always go on tour right after this huge controversy.
charts. And these numbers prove that Offset was at the very least still somewhat relevant. So if he was broke, it might have only been temporary. However, it's clear that this album did cost a lot of money and it didn't spawn any hits. Unfortunately so, because the song Bodies with JID was a great track. However, in September, Cardi went on another rant on Twitter Spaces and explained why their divorce had taken so long and just how deep Offset's financial troubles were.
Stop saying, "Oh, but you're still married." No, I'm legally separated. The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I can get out of my marriage is if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight
Wow, this is rough. Bro is down bad, getting his taxes paid.
for that. This is not no love.
Cardi's comment suggested that his tax bill was significant, and in October, the exact figure was revealed.
And a lot of dudes, they trying to live off of women. I'm not even knocking that. If that's your situation, power to you. But this is Offset we talking about. This dude is making bank. This dude is a music superstar, international star. You shouldn't be down bad like this. This dude has a serious gambling problem.
Bad news for Offset. He's facing major financial troubles for his unpaid tax balance. It's past 2.3 million.
And this is not like Lil TJ where he can just not pay back the money.
And while Cardi B is not named in any of these filings, what happens when you don't pay your taxes? It could be, it could seize properties, liens. This is not good, especially when they're battling it out in court over certain homes. So this can get really wild.
Adding to his woes was the fact that almost a day after this news story broke, Offset dropped his mixtape Haunted by Fame, which made headlines for all the wrong reasons. For the first time in Offset's career, this project failed to reach any spot on the
I didn't even know that dropped. When did that come out? 2025?
Billboard 200 albums for that week. So this also pushed the narrative that Offset had fallen off and was now broke, what he used to call Lil TJ, just a year prior. But once again, there's another side to the story. Offset said that this mixtape was released to get out of his deal with his label QC, or Quality Control. And because he was leaving, both the label and Offset did very little to promote it. This also marked the end of a turbulent relationship Offset had with the QC label and their CEO P, who was the guy that discovered and really put on the Migos.
I remember P. Shout out to Haiti.
Broke allegations was something that happened in early 2026. The Instagram model in quotations, but notorious rap, do we even want to call her groupie, exposer, more like that, went on her podcast or her friend's podcast and claimed that she too was owed a lot of money from Offset. And this is not just another allegation. Here you'll see some similarities to what happened with Lil TJ, along
Offset was messing with her? Damn, he getting it in.
with even more skeletons coming out of Offset's closet.
Selena Powell. Look at this, Babin.
Before we dive in, it's important to know that what Selena Powell says should be taken with a bit of a grain of salt. There may be some nugget of truth, but it's not uncommon for Selena Powell to exaggerate, because if you guys recall, she originally said that she was pregnant with Offset's baby whilst Cardi B was pregnant and dating Offset. And this caused a huge scandal for Cardi B because Academics was close with Selena Powell and also close with Cardi B. And she being Cardi B, was phoning Academics.
How do you pretend to be pregnant by someone? That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. These people will go to the ultimate lengths for publicity. That is insane. That should be criminal.
And constantly telling him, this girl's ruining my life by lying on my man. And this was back in 2019. So when she reached out to him again in December 2025, where they somehow linked, she was probably just as surprised as we were that Offset followed her on social media and replied.
So randomly,
Offset was feeling a hit.
randomly, he found me on Finsta. So, I mean, I had to do a little 1-2 to like dig. But anyway, Finsta. And I was like, oh, you're not going to like who this is, but I come in peace. I'm so sorry for our past, because 5 years ago, for the people who don't know, I faked a pregnancy with Cardi B. And
You faked a pregnancy with Offset,
and
he
a
was with Cardi B.
Finsta is when somebody has a secondary Instagram account that they only share with a small number of people.
Yeah, that's white girl lingo. Finsta, like a fake Insta.
So it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, damn Instagram calling me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what's up? And I thought he was just like, so I was like, okay. But, like, I can't you. I'm on my flow. So it's like, what are you talking about? He was like, yo, I need a favor. This
Wait,
is a
let's not
test.
skip over that. He told her he still needed that. He still needed that.
So he was like, I did a favor and this is a test. I was like, okay, what? He was like, how much money can you get or are you by?
I don't understand. Like, look at this chick's face. Yo, she looks completely different from that chick. The same chick, but she looked completely different. Am I wrong? This chick, like, these girls, like, I don't know if they're robbing banks or what, but in a matter of 2 years, what is happening here?
Am I safe?
You're rich.
And he immediately called me. He called me back and then he was like, bring all of it.
So Selena might have assumed that this was some kind of emergency, but this turned out to not be the case.
So then, he takes me to the casino. He's like gambling. He's losing. He's playing the slot machines.
Bro is playing slot machines. Yo, that is the most, no offense to the slot machine players, that is the most low IQ game you could play at the casino. How are you at the cast playing slots? I know that every game at the casino is supposedly rigged against you and the house always wins. But there are factors when you have a real dealer and real dice be flipping and real balls be going around that roulette table. There are physical factors. There's physics involved. You got the same dealer. That person is not a robot. That person has muscle memory, hundreds of dollars, let alone thousands of dollars into a robot machine. I don't know. Some of y'all be gambling online, and I don't like computers. I like to lose my money in real life.
It's getting late. I'm like, I'm tired. He was like, oh, come on, let's walk you to your car. I go to my car. I suck his dick.
Wow. Bro just got a bag from the chick and he gets a quick ting.
I don't know if I told you this. He's like, I suck his dick. And he was like, wow. And I was like, I gotta stop. Like, I'm
In the car? I didn't know it was in the car. That part.
Sloppy toppy in the car. Yo, bro is a G low key. Bro is getting sloppy toppy after just hitting this chick up for thousands of dollars to go gamble at the Cas. This dude is getting free money, free BJ, getting a side order of sloppy toppy with the stacks.
Was left out. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I sucked his dick in the car.
Wait, so he got the money and then he sucked his dick? Okay.
So assuming all this is true, there's a clear power dynamic, I guess, where Offset can ring her at 4 a.m., get her in bed with him, and provide him with huge amounts of money. So is he PIMP and what's going on? The co-host then asked the question that was on everyone's mind.
Wait, but let's talk about though. How much money did you give him?
So I thought I only gave him like 10 or 11. When we were arguing, kind of, he was like, well, you think I'm gonna stall you on like 15,000? I was like,
no, he was gonna get money back. There's no way. There's no way that you would do
15K. Jeez. Not even because you have an emergency or you need it to do so. You going to the slot machines with 15 bands. Bro has a problem for real.
that. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't
You wouldn't come
consider
in and ask me to bring you $15,000 and not pay back.
Offset could brush this off as Selena lying about him again, but she shared some receipts. Here's a text exchange between Offset and Selena where Offset asks her if she loves him, and when she says yes, he says she's lying. Offset then says in these messages that Selena is going to cross him one day, which doesn't take a genius to find out, but Selena claims that Offset gave her no other option other than to expose him.
he said the bank was open tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow came. It's 8 a.m. He's on my phone. Bring me more. I was like, oh. He was like, do you love me? I said, yes. I said, yes. He said, bet. Bring me that money. I said, oh, okay. I said, can I wait like an hour, babe? I'm tired. He was like, he said something, but I honestly just closed my phone and went to sleep.
Offset allegedly lost all of his money in the casino, but promised to pay her back the next morning. However,
How do you lose 15 bands and you're at the slot machine losing 15 bands? That's crazy. People think that luxury brands don't advertise. They do advertise. That's how they advertise. They give famous people free stuff because this famous person has a lot of eyeballs on them. So they know if their product is in the famous person's hand or the famous person is driving their product, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, they know that a bunch of y'all is going to see this famous person with this luxury item and y'all going to flock and buy it. That's their advertisement.